Wow, there's an app that does it. Okay.
I already hit
I'll
start
get that
streaming.
later. Oh, it's fine. Hello?
We're live. We're started.
Okay, let me go to your page real quick. Hello, is anyone there?
I broke it. Where you at, chat? I need to add
Live
a description.
now.
Hey!
Uh-oh.
We need to get this thumbnail game going too.
All right.
I'm gonna tweet this because we have our 5-minute ramp up time.
You froze. Oh, my internet is really bad right now.
Danny, don't do this to us. You're perfect. You're coming through perfect on my end.
Okay, as long as that is the case. We have 3 people watching.
Let's go. What up, 3 people?
And one of them is me, I think.
All right. Windowshop Weekly.
Test.
Episode 2 is live.
What's up, everyone?
Come join the fun. Fire, fire, fire.
Early notice.
Fire, fire, fire. I'm gonna use the old thumbnail for this tweet, just because.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Where's it? Well, let me grab the new one. So I saved this other one on my other computer, and it didn't sync to Google Drive, so I don't have it. Oh, I linked it in chat in Discord, so I can steal it from Discord chat. Good. I'm glad I did that.
Okay. So, just like last time, let's say first 5 minutes, just like hanging out and talking to let more people get to the stream.
Exactly.
How's everyone's day?
How's
everyone's Wednesday?
Welcome, guys. Welcome. I don't see the chat. I'll jump back to the chat after I tweet this. Tweeted.
Hi, everyone. Glass push right here.
Glass push.
Sid and Cheap TV. There's Tech Bank. How's your day, Lee? They're asking.
It was good. I worked, and I came home, and first thing I got to do was talk to Danny on Skype, so it was a good day.
Wait, you worked that late? You came home at like 7 your time, it seemed like.
I actually came home a little earlier than that. I went on a walk with my family, which was nice. So I somewhat lied there.
Wait, you went on a walk?
Yeah, we went on a walk around our neighborhood. It was nice and
because
peaceful.
Florida is nice enough outside where you can walk, unlike Washington.
I didn't even think about that. Is it freezing over there?
It is pretty cold. That's why I'm wearing a jacket inside with the heater on.
Look, I can pop chat into the screen now every once in a while. That would be fun. How was your day, man?
It was, oh my goodness. Work has been stressing me out, so I couldn't wait to leave. But I was looking forward to this all day, so that was good.
Yeah.
Someone told me to raise my left hand to make sure this is live. So
to make
there
sure
it
this
is.
is live. Oh, like it's pre-recorded or something?
Yeah.
That seems like it would take more effort. I'm early. Notice me, Jake Dellings. We're noticing you. Dang, this is growing. Melee Master, welcome back. He commented on your live stream saying, thank you for noticing me. So, there you go.
Oh, you gotta give people moderator stuff because this is on yours now, I think.
You're right. I don't know how to do that. How did you do that? Moderator. Stream options. Make archive unlisted when complete. I will post that shortly after. Cards. Is it in that? Is that where you saw it?
What's up?
Did you just do it straight from the chat window?
Yeah, you just like on the right side there, there's a little...
You got it.
The 3 button things, yeah.
Automated moderators. Paste a moderator's channel URL. That's what you had to do?
What? No, you just... I think click and it says make mod.
Community settings, approved users. Wait. Participants? Ah. Mine's not giving me that option. Danny, help me.
What? Just, do you not see these 3 dots?
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, sorry.
There's the dots.
Alright, let's go. Add moderator, Pika Wubs. Thank you, Pika Wubs, for moderating. You're doing a great job. What else? Nobe. No, that guy's a troll. No, there's no way. I don't trust him. All right, there we go. Big fan, SpongeBob Dank Pants. Thank you, sir.
I like that name.
Notice me, senpai. From Just or Juice, whatever you call yourself. Samuel Chen wants mod. Samuel Chen, if you're first on our videos for like another 2 weeks,
which is like 2 more videos apparently.
If it's like bribing him, like then you'll be a mod. Yes. Can you adopt me as my father? Can I adopt you as my father? I don't think that works that way. Danny. Can everyone hear Danny well? Yeah, this is a good time. We're about to start. Can everyone hear Danny pretty well?
Yeah, how's audio? The mic settings?
Mic's going well. I have the audio capture should be.
Hey, Tech Dynasty, what's up?
Hey, what up, Tech Dynasty? Yes, I see yes in the chat. Audio fine, yes. Unlike last week where I was literally coming through your headphones.
That was good.
I just realized we didn't prepare at all. Like we prepared for the technical stuff, but we didn't prepare for like last time we were like, all right, when it starts, you'll say this and I'll say this, and now it's just
it's unscripted. All of it's unscripted.
This is unscripted, guys. Look at Danny all
audio
cuddled
good,
up.
Picture bad. That's not good.
Audio good, picture bad. Let me check. You look fine to me on my screen. I'm gonna see if we're dropping any frames or anything. Looks fine to me.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, now I see that link you were telling me about. It's gaming.youtube.com/c/comptv/live.
I just went to your page to find it. It's fine.
Yeah, it works. Will Discord pop up? Boom! Oh, wait. Disable. Boom! Discord. Let's go.
The heater's not having issues. It's just the heater's on and it's still that cold in here. I wish I had a thermometer.
There we go. Oh no, it's already got like an auto thumbnail.
Alright. I think it should be good now.
Alright, we should probably get started now.
We should.
Welcome back to Windowshop Weekly, the place you can go for dirt cheap tech.
Hey, what's up everyone? Danny here.
I love it so much.
Our parts.
Even my white balance on my webcam is weird, and I look purple. Alright guys, so you probably already know this, but what we do here is we basically go through the websites that we use on a regular basis and try to give you guys tips and just kind of look at what we think are good deals. Danny's the pro on prices, so I've already told him like I will defer to him when he's talking about good deals. And of course, as you can see on the bottom of the stream, you can tweet us at hashtag AskWW and tag us both, and we'll try to keep our eyes on Twitter for a good part. We'll go section by section, but Danny, do you have anything to
add? Nope. That was good. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to start off on Slick Deals, which is what we did last time. And the windows kind of, let's see if I can zoom out a little bit on the window. This seems to help a little bit. Okay. So tons of like phone stuff. Do you know if the featured deals, do you know if these are like sponsored deals, so like they pay to get to the top of the page?
Yeah, the featured. Let me see. About featured offers include some of our best recent deals and maybe sponsored. Yes. So,
I see. You're right.
That's why they all suck.
Yeah, they're always the worst ones. Like on Amazon, you're looking up something and then the bottom it just shows you like something completely different. 3-pack of USBs for $10. I mean, they come.
Oh wait. Oh, cables.
Yeah, those are like.
I thought you were talking about. I actually need more thumb drives so I can make more bootable like thumb drives and stuff like that. But
oh yeah, you
no
got
sales
to.
On that.
And they're usually pretty cheap nowadays. They go on sale. Those are another thing that go on sale all the time. USB drives, printers. One thing I don't like about printers. Okay, here's something that is kind of related, but it's kind of unrelated. The thing about printers is it usually costs the same for the printer as it does to get ink. But I found that depending on the printer you have, you can actually go and buy on Amazon a pack of ink and you can refill it yourself. And I've done that, and I literally refill once every like 3 or so months, and I've only paid like $7 on ink for the last like 2 years. Anyways.
Wait, are you talking? Do you use an inkjet though or laser?
I don't have a laser printer.
Dude, you gotta go laser because they're about as cheap as inkjets. You get like 1 million prints for them, and it's cheaper to buy like a laser cartridge than to refill inkjet.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like it's like $17. Well, the only thing is that do you print color? Because that's the thing that kills laser. Like you have to have the 3 tones. But if you do black and white, laser's the way to go.
Oh, I didn't know that. So for me, let's compare. So let me see. So
Now we're talking about printers. This is interesting stuff.
So for me, I spent like maybe $7 probably. I have these 3 things of ink. If you look at this one, this was the one that has a little missing. This was 1 refill for me. And I haven't had to refill it for like literally a half a year since I've done that.
Wait, that's all black then?
This
You're
is all
not talking
black.
about color?
So comparing it to, I have 3 things of color, but I don't use color. So they're still in here.
Okay. How many pages is that though? We gotta talk about pages.
That's true. So in terms of raw pages, do you literally get like 1,000,000?
No, it's like that in the thousands though. Plus, with laser, if your paper gets wet, it doesn't, do that thing where it disperses. It because it's melted onto the paper as like a little thin layer of plastic.
You're probably right then. I might need to look into that. Because I only print black and white, so it doesn't make any sense for me to have an inkjet to begin with.
Yeah.
How did this become a Printer Talk Weekly?
Because that's like something that until you actually think about it and like go through with the purchase, it's not something that you think about. And now hopefully everyone in our stream is like, I need to get a new printer.
Yeah, I'm one of them. So that was good. That was helpful. I'm glad we talked about this.
Someone asked, why are we printing anything? And it's for our rebates. Printing our rebates.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You got to print your rebates. And the other thing too is I've used a hairdryer to get the labels off now, which helps a lot.
Which labels?
So when you peel off your the little stickers that they stick on the more expensive products instead of having to cut the box.
Oh, I just got the box.
Yeah, usually you have to cut the box on the cheaper stuff, but sometimes the more expensive stuff comes with like a printed label that you can just peel off.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. So let's see. Just like looking at new show, part-time printer talk. Okay, let's keep going. Do you see anything on here of any interest? Usually this front page stuff. I'm gonna link something real quick right after, so I'm gonna let you point anything out if you see it.
There's there's a GTX 1080 for $475, but that's because the 1080 Ti was announced.
Oh, this right here.
So, yeah.
There you go. So we talked about this a little bit last time, but there's a lot of great deals you can get on here. Danny talked about getting like toilet paper and stuff, which is important. So you can find out things like, look, Witcher 3 is for $25 for digital download. Xbox One though. I mean, there's that. I go straight to this link, which we'll probably link in the description. But you can go to /deal/computer parts if you look at the top of the URL. Oh, and not put the plus sign. Probably doesn't matter. And it'll take you straight to the tech deals, which is what I care about. So recently, my thing has been just for fun and just to point out the fact that I'll do my rebates. There's usually a freebie section like right here where you'll get like random stuff. Sometimes it's coolers. I have another one.
Wait, did you link it in the
Oh, let me link it in the chat. Yeah, let's link it in the chat.
Just so that they can click it now, because I'm not on the page, since that will give me dual audio and video.
Your quality just dropped a little bit. Just a little bit. So, yeah, there's a section with freebies. You can actually, like, filter just freebies. And I think this is just, like, random stuff, like laptop cooler and stuff like that. But sometimes you get cool things like LED case fans. I got this CPU cooler that I used for just when you're doing those OEM builds. Sometimes it's nice to have an extra cooler around. You might have to end up zip tying anyway, but that's something. What else? Yeah, so that 1080 is right on here. You're seeing these Ryzen processors here. Let's see. Raspberry Pi Zero. I just found out about this. It's kind of like a slimmed down Raspberry Pi, but it's only $10, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it's really a deal because I think that's just how much they cost, but maybe it is. Maybe it is a deal. But Raspberry Pis are cool. Have you ever used one?
No, I've never used any of those small microcomputers. because you have to do quite a bit of work, like to program, not to program it, but like to just get it to function for whatever you need it to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So
And I don't have enough time right now to tinker with that. Though that would be nice.
no, yeah, you're right though. It does take some work in Linux and knowing what you want out of it and stuff like that. And if you don't have a use for it, then you don't have a use for it. Have you ever? So here's a question: have you ever bought something just because it was cheap?
Yes, all the time. Not recently though. I've gotten better. Like because you find that you don't need it later on, then you toss it anyways or like donate it. So I've gotten a lot better. But I used to buy things just because they were cheap, so that I can have that instant gratification feeling of buying something.
Yep. It's not letting me
That's
post
not how
this
you
link. That's really weird.
What's up?
It's not letting me post the link in chat. It's giving me an error. Test. Yeah, it's not letting me post links in chat. That's really weird.
Really?
That's a really good deal, Igloo, too.
Yeah. 5 terabytes for $80. You can just take that out and use it as an internal drive.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, a lot of times those USB 3 external drives are either like little laptop drives, or sometimes if they're big enough, they might be a desktop drive. But usually they're like little laptop size drives are cool. Let's see. Yep. Okay, cool. It's tough trying to like bounce in between chat and the screen.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to take care of chat for the most part. But
do it. You got this, Danny. I'll just chat on some of this random stuff. So this deal's been up for a while. It's like a 550 watt gold, 80 plus gold Seasonic power supply. Seasonic's a really good brand. I'm not sure how much these go normally.
Which page?
So this is the front page, and and I mentioned this earlier, but you can shop for specific deals. So like you can narrow it down to CPUs, computer cases, fans. I usually narrow it down to power supplies and CPU fans, or heatsink fans, just because I don't know. That's just what I do. But lately, I've just been having a lot of fun buying power supplies. But yeah, so here's a 550 watt, 80 plus gold. I mean, that doesn't seem like a terrible deal to me. Let's see if I can click on it. I'm having an issue where Edge won't let me click on links. That's why I don't use Edge. Okay, here we go.
Is Skype freezing at all for anyone, or is it just me because my internet sucks?
You're fine through the stream, as far as I know.
Okay, because you would freeze for me for like a second or two.
Okay, so this is like a PSA, but the first one on here is like a $20 500 watt thermal take. It's 80 plus, so it's like a white rating. I have not had great experience with cheap thermal takes. Like, I'm pretty sure they have high tiered power supplies. But even though this is cheap for $20, I'm pretty sure you can get some more reliable brands for the same price. But what about your experience, Danny?
Wait, can you link that in the chat? Because
Yes.
I cannot find it on these computer deals.
Copy
and I
link.
can't sort the same way like you for some reason. That's odd.
Really? I'll have to send this in
But-
Skype. It's not letting me link in chat. It's really weird. Oh, did you freeze on my... Oh, that explains a lot. So you froze on my screen, and I think it's because when you have Skype minimized, I think you found that out last time.
Yeah.
Let me link this in chat. Oh, what? It's going to have to be on Discord.
What was that? Your Discord is showing.
You see it on screen?
Yeah.
Wait, really? Oh, for you. Yeah, sorry. For you, not them.
Oh, I was about to say.
We'll get the hang of this, people. This is new to us, but yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me link in chat.
Odd because it worked last time for me, but okay.
TechBank's putting spaces and stuff. That probably helps a lot.
I just linked it as is last time though, like that people could click. So that's weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
We'll
Good
fix it
deal.
later.
Asus dual fan RX 480. Oh, so apparently the RX 480 is 144 on Jet if you buy it with the initial deal that you get, the 15% off.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Yeah, and it's the Asus one, the dual fan. So I'm guessing that's the white one, I think, and that's the one that looks really nice. I like those white ones.
Even though it's their lowest quality one. It's lower than their gaming and the other one that they have.
Oh.
And Strix.
Strix are like Strix. I always had a bad taste in my mouth for Strix because it always seemed like you're paying a premium just for like the LEDs and all that, and then I don't think it's worth it. Unless that's your thing.
Well, I think they also can overclock higher.
Well, then
but
I guess
it's gonna be like marginal compared to like MSI or something. So,
right.
Yeah. A lot of people pay for aesthetics. I am not really one of those people.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I will pay for certain things, like for instance LED strips, but that's just because you can get them for pretty cheap, and I like lights. So for with what you've had, what is the highest rated power supply you've owned?
750. Yeah, I've never pushed past that because it's not. I've never run like SLI configuration, so you don't really need it unless you do that.
What rating was it? Was it like a bronze or gold?
I think bronze because I'm cheap.
Yeah. Have you ever owned a gold or platinum or titanium?
I've owned the gold, that Roseville one from the challenge I did with OFA. That was gold.
Oh, you're right.
I wanted so badly to swap it out, but the competition was you have to sell the same parts you got, like not swap things around, and like that would have gotten messy to like keep tabs.
Oh, yep. Someone said we can't see your jet screen. Oh, sorry, I was just reading that from one of the comments in chat. I didn't actually pull it up. Like we said though, at the bottom of the screen, tweet us with links and stuff. We can give you some like personal opinions on what we think about those listings. Oh, here it is actually. It's right here. It's a front page deal. That must have been what they mentioned. It is. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the paint job on this card. How it's just straight white. Oh, here's the jet screen right here. So they do shipping similar as Amazon. I think I got mine in 3 days rather than 2 days. I don't remember exactly what their shipping policy is. But you have to
pay tax on yours, right?
I don't know if I paid taxes in Florida. I'm not sure.
Do you guys have Walmart?
We do have a Walmart.
Well, actually, it depends on when you bought it. Because I bought from Jet before without tax. It was only recently that they taxed like most of the states.
Okay. That makes sense then. Probably. I'll say probably. I've paid pretty heavy taxes on some of the more expensive hardware that I bought. So I'm guessing probably. But yeah, this card is the dual fan version. It's really nice. I don't know. It looks really nice. And for the $140, there are ones that are being sold with Doom. I don't know if that deal's still out as well, but Danny and I both mentioned you can sell the Doom copy to make it cheaper technically. That's pretty much it. You have your Kaby Lake and Skylake processors going down a bit because of Ryzen's release. So those are a bit cheaper. There's a T2, Cooler Master T2 for $10 now. I'm pretty sure you can get the T4 still for $10. So
was it 10 or 15 for the T4?
I bought the T4 for 10, and I think it's still available, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. Yeah, so don't get the T2, get the T4.
Yeah. It's not going to be equivalent to a Hyper 212, just know. So, me personally, I wouldn't buy this because I already found the T4, and I think it's on page 2. Let's see. I don't see it here. I'm going to open this in a new tab just because... Nope.
Ooh, no. Well, on Newegg, it's not. It's $25 again, no rebate or anything.
So they must have swapped it out then.
But it does have AM4 compatibility.
Okay. Do you think it would be better than a stock fan for the T2?
Oh, T2? Oh, man. I've actually never used it. That thing is so tiny. It does have heat pipes, though, right? I think 2?
Yeah, I think
pipes?
I think the number next to it is the amount of pipes it has, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Is there a picture? I would say, yeah, 2 copper pipes. I would say the cheaper that they get, even though it seems like you're probably getting better performance, you might even just be getting similar to stock. I've actually had a pretty decent experience with Intel stock coolers as long as you're not overclocking. So you're probably fine if you're. It wouldn't be worth. I mean, if you really want an extra one to see what you can do, I don't know. At that point, I wouldn't get it. But What else? Oh, here's some of the free after rebate stuff. So I can zoom in to make it a little more readable. But so you have like a laptop cooling pad. It's free after $10. I mean, if you really want to, you could just sell it after you got it for like a couple more dollars than you bought it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 3.5-inch hard drive adapter to 5.25, which is helpful when you're in those cases that don't have any like explicit SSD mounting. But honestly, like I just double side tape those, so sometimes these are terrible.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do too.
Zip tie it to like a hard drive cage or something.
Yeah, SSDs are easy because they don't have moving parts, so you don't have to worry about anything breaking or anything like a regular hard drive. But
and you can orient it like even diagonally if you want.
Just
actually, technically, I think you can orient a hard drive any direction as long as it stays in that. Once it starts spinning up, as long as you're not moving it a lot,
right,
then it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I was moving I was moving my desktop, and I didn't realize that I had just it was a regular disk drive, and I literally dropped it while it was still spinning because it was in a hard drive enclosure, and my heart sank a little because I was like, I don't know if it survived that, but it did. It survived it. But yeah, you got to be really careful with those. Yeah, so again, some of these freebies aren't always good. This would have been nice. A free $20 enclosure would have been really nice, but I think I checked this morning. When you go on Newegg, it's actually sold out, so thankfully it's here. What else? Let's see. I think that's pretty much it on. Every once in a while we get amazing deals on Slick Deals, like these 460s. Of course, they're still like, I don't know if this is even still available, but
they're always $70, $75 ish.
It's like the new price after $20 rebate. Let's see.
If you don't mind rebates, there's like no point going used because unless you find a really good deal, this has the performance per dollar of like used cards.
Yeah, it's $79 now, so it went up $10. So you could probably honestly give it a week and it'll drop back down. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's also I might have skipped it. There's a $15 dual hard drive, external hard drive holster thing where you can plug in hard drives.
Like a quick hot swap dock?
Yes, that.
Yeah, I actually need one of those. That would be nice.
It's been up all week. I don't see it right now, though. Oh, here's actually one that's decent. You've been posting up... Danny's a huge fan of CryoRig. I would love to use them. I've literally yet to buy a CryoRig product, but... not because I don't want to, just because I've always had Hyper 212s. But here's a Hyper 212 with an LED fan for $15.
I saw that actually. That was I was so tempted to buy it as well because it was so cheap. But I was like, it's a rebate, and I'm still sitting. I'm still sitting on a non-LED one that I haven't used yet.
Yeah. I mean, technically, this is like... it has it right here. They go for like between $25 and $30 throughout the year. I bought mine when I was building my system. I bought mine at like almost 30, and there was no deals. I was kind of like torn to buy it full price, but $15 is not bad at all for a Hyper 212. But like Danny said, you get $5 off with your promo, and you have to do a $5 rebate. If you're too lazy for rebates, it's still $20, which isn't terrible. But Danny would probably say to go with an M9i at that point.
I like my M9s.
Okay. I think that's good for what we have on Slick Deals. What time is it? We're already halfway through.
Okay, let's go. Build a PC sale should be quick because it's like the same thing.
Oh, so. Boom. Build a PC sales. Too late. I'm already on Build a PC sales. Okay. Oh, I need to check their chat, too. I haven't read that in a while. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll switch over. We'll try to do Twitter. Right as we're closing out, we'll try to answer your questions on Twitter.
Yeah, we can do it in about like 5-10 minutes.
Oh, it's M9A? Whoops. Yeah, so
well, it depends. There's M9A and M9i, depending on if you're Intel or AMD.
Oh, wow. You learn something new every day. Okay, someone said they're not that late. You're not late. Welcome. We're halfway through. It's technically supposed to be an hour long. We might run a little bit over, but... Okay, cool. Looks like you have that on pat. So...
Yeah.
So, build a PC sales, as Danny says, it's usually pretty similar. It's usually the same deals. A lot of people who will take deals from Slick Deals and put them on here. But Reddit's good because you have the upvote system, so usually you have really good deals towards the top. But I find that a lot of the time they're more expensive hardware. So if you're looking for, like, for instance, this 1080 for the win B stock is for $439 plus 20 shipping, $170, $7,500.
I want that 7,500, but I think that's an in-store only, and I'm not trying to go in-store. Yep, in-store only, limit one customer.
Yeah, that's not a bad price. $55 off. Okay, so this 480 8 gig is $214.99, but it says you can also earn $21.50 on eBay bucks, so the final price would be $193 technically. I think eBay bucks refresh either like a month after you've bought your product or something, so it's almost similar to a mail-in rebate at that point, in my opinion, because you have to wait to get your cash back.
But you don't have to clip anything, right, and send anything in?
It's just instant. You instantly get your eBay bucks.
That's nicer than rebates then.
Yeah, it is. But I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't think eBay bucks. Well, I don't know if they do actually. Someone will have to fact check me, but I'm not sure if they roll over. So if you don't use them, you lose them.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, which stinks, especially because you have to wait to get them. So if you don't, I don't think it's like a month and you lose them. I think it might be some more time than that. But yeah, you will lose them eventually, I think, but maybe not. But here's a question. Here's a hardware question that I've never tested, but I'm going to ask you because you've used a lot more hardware than I have. Do you see the need to have an 8 gig 480 ever? Is there an application for having an 8 gig 480?
No. Yeah, I think 4 gigs is just fine, especially since performance is similar to like a 290X or a 970. Where you wouldn't be able to run those high resolution like 4K games at good enough settings anyways to make it worth it. And it's not worth paying the extra like $40 or $50 for it, because like we showed last week, you can get 480s for like $135.
Yeah. After
selling the Doom code, obviously, and getting the rebate.
Which is crazy because people bought them opening day for like $250, which I think might have been for the 8 gig version, but. Yeah, so what about
the 8 gig goes like 180 though?
So this is showing it at 215, but that's for the Republic of Gamers edition, so maybe that's got a premium on it.
Oh yeah, I'm always seeing the Power Color one because that's like the garbage brand. But hey, I people hate on the Power Color RX 460. I've had zero problems with it, and I've been running it since Christmas when I did the build.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still haven't sold that build yet. I need to because. The price is only gonna go down because that's how hardware works.
It's true. It depreciates. Danny was just grilling one of our friends because he's sitting on hardware and he hasn't sold it yet. So, don't be lazy. $20 Corsair gaming mouse, RGB. I'm guessing that would mean it would sync with the rest of the Corsair RGB stuff. So if you're an RGB person, that might be a good deal for you.
Oh, from Corsair themselves.
Yeah. So $10 straight off of the top, no mail-in rebates as far as this is explaining.
Since I'm super cheap, I always look for free shipping or not, because like, why am I gonna pay like $8 shipping for a $20 item? You know, it's like
so right.
Be like for anything that's not new or Amazon, it costs a lot. What's up?
You went a little robot there.
Okay, my bad.
No, it's not your fault, man. Would you mind running that back?
Hello?
About the shipping?
Oh. For shipping, just keep an eye on if it's free shipping or not. Because a lot of the times, these websites get you to click in. Like, EVJ does this all the time, too, when they have their V-Stock. It's like, oh, it's a really cheap price, but then you end up paying, like, anywhere from 10 to 15 or even 20 in shipping, and it kind of kills the deal.
Yeah, when I actually bought the 1060 on release, and I was excited because EVGA was selling it at MSRP, where there was some price gouging going on, but it was like $35 shipping. What is the difference between that and price gouging? Yeah, it looks like it says special price. Let's see. If I were to go through the checkout process, which who knows how fast this is going to be. Discord squad. People are blowing up the chat. Thanks for being active in chat, guys. It's really cool to see it.
Did you check how many people are watching from your panel? Because I don't have it open right now.
Oh, it says 78 people watching.
Nice.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. And we're only halfway through. Let's see. Subtotal, shipping. I'm going to put in random zip code. Get a quote. Oh, state. I think that's New Jersey. Give me my shipping quote. Oh, so it's almost implying that there is going to be shipping because it's estimating tax and shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's an extra $5 shipping for just standard 4 to 6 days.
Okay.
It's not terrible. I mean, but that's half the price.
There's tax on it.
Oh, that's true too.
Tax would be another $2, so $7 in shipping and taxes.
If
that's the case.
Yeah. And sorry if there's a delay. It might sound like I'm like speaking over him, but sorry, Danny. Love you, bro.
No, you're not. We're fine.
It's because of the awkward delay, so he'll technically not be talking, and then I'll start talking, and so will he. So it's like awkward. Okay, let's see what else we have here. So an 850 watt gold rated B stock for $80, and that's $10 straight off. Again, this EVGA, so you gotta be careful with the shipping. It might be a lot.
Yeah.
But I paid that much. Again, I was dumb. I paid full price for my 750 watt bronze, which might have even been the same one you were using. What brand was yours?
You have the Supernova? That's what I have.
No, I didn't actually. I got just the regular bronze. The G. What is it called? B2?
Is it just the 750B?
Is the B2? I think is what it's called.
Oh. Okay.
I was told. I read that you weren't supposed to buy the first series, which I have already. I have one in my budget build, but because their capacitors are cheaper, like they use cheaper hardware.
Wait, was that the one that you got for $9?
It was the one I got for like $12 on Black Friday.
Oh, well, for $12, I wouldn't expect super high quality capacitors, anyways.
Yeah,
I think price per dollar, it'll still be worth it in the end.
Yeah,
just don't be paying like $30 or $40 for it, which is probably what the MSRP is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and plus, what ends up happening is there will be people with really cheap OEM power supplies that last for like 10 years, so it's here or there. Zalman triple fan cooler for $1 shipping. Apparently it's retail for $50, so it's technically almost half off. It is half off actually, because it takes off a straight $25 with the $1 shipping, which could be nice because $25 is how much you spend for a cooler. But I don't know. I've never used one. This one looks like really bizarre.
Wait, the Zalman? Where is it? Oh,
let me see if I can post this in chat. Let's see. It's a different link because it's not Slick Deals. Oh, that worked. I just put a space in it. Thank you, Tech Bank. That was all you, Banksy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these coolers hover around this price. So if this is literally like half off, it depends on the performance, because even though it is a deal, price to performance might not be as good as maybe a M9 or a 212. So I've never tested this cooler. So
yeah, I would have to look like at just some guy who bought like 8 different coolers and tested them. Always do your research before you buy stuff. Like, I don't know if that's common knowledge or not, but I feel like some people don't do research. They just buy just any random thing that's compatible.
Yeah, and some people will just look up someone's list, and just buy everything on the list without even thinking about it. And
especially from an Amazon affiliate link. Right?
PSA. Danny, would you mind giving us a PSA real quick about that?
No, I'll save that for another time.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. This is still build the PC sales. Okay, so an RGB mouse pad. No, thank you. I don't buy stuff like that. But one thing I will mention too is for peripherals, there's cheap. Like I use cheap Amazon peripherals, so I bought this mouse for literally $3, and it's fine, and it alternates through RGB. It's not controllable or anything, so if that's your thing, then fine. But that's
they have RGB ones for really cheap though, like $10.
There you go. You got Red Dragon,
Yeah.
right?
I got Red Dragon. This was like 13 or 14. And it's still fine, and you have adjustable weights and stuff. It depends. Like, I am not a good enough gamer to notice, so I do understand the people who do need to buy like the $60 to $100 mouse if they're, if it affects them. But you got to be honest with yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be losing out on saving money or actually like gaining from spending more.
Yep, exactly. Same goes for monitors. We had this conversation the other day, but I can tell the difference between a 144 Hz monitor and a 60 Hz monitor, but when it comes to me gaming, it doesn't make a difference for me, especially because those monitors the price is almost like exponentially increased when you can buy, for instance, I bought a 24-inch 60 Hz for like $80 on Black Friday, and you're going to be spending like $300+ for a higher refresh rate monitor.
Yeah.
Here's one right here, a 1440p. It doesn't tell you the refresh rate, but 189. But it's a different resolution, so it's not apples to apples. But that's just something that was on here. SSD at 120 for $40. That price hike right there.
Oh my goodness. Actually, the thing about 120 gigabytes is they never went that low. Like even around that, I remember same time last year, like $30 to $35 was still the lowest they went. It was never a good idea to buy it at that price. It was always a 240 plus range that you got like really good prices on.
Yeah.
Which right now those are like $80 when they used to be like as low as 50 to 60.
Yeah, exactly. Prices are crazy. What do you use to track prices? Is it just your daily checking, or like for instance, I would go on PC Part Picker and just like have favorites that I could watch the price curve across the site?
I check daily because the thing about PC Part Picker, why I don't use it, even though it's a great tool, because they even send you an email, right? If the price gets that low.
Yeah, you can set alerts and stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, what happens when it gets like $5 from that price, right? Not gonna alert you, but at that moment you could have said, you know what, it's low enough, I'll buy it.
Right.
So I don't know. I just check daily. Plus all the good, like when something really good, I guess goes on sale. I guess you would get a notification, but you would, yeah.
But it might get so I think one thing too that you're kind of hitting on too is you want to be quick to these, because sometimes these websites, when a deal goes up, it could be sold out if it's a good enough deal. Yeah. Like that hard drive enclosure that was for free on Slick Deals, by the time I got to it, it was already sold out. Which it's a free item, so maybe that's really good deal, but you want to be on these pretty quick, because either it might get sold out, or they might just have a limit to how many they want to sell at that deal, and then it'll just go back up to full price depending on the time of year.
Agreed.
Snowball Ice. You don't have a Snowball. You use a Blue Yeti?
I have a Yeti now. I used to use a Snowball. I keep it as a backup just in case. But $40, right?
$40. What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's gone down to like, 35. This is at Fry's though. You can't buy online, and there'll be tax for me anyways. You know what? I guess there'll be tax for anybody who has a Fry's because it'll be in your state. But this is a really good mic if anyone needs one and can't fork out like $100 for a Yeti. Yeah. How much is your mic actually?
So my mic is the XLR version, so you have to pay about $120. But there's USB versions. They're more meant for like vocals. So I think they're around, when they're cheapest, they're around $80 still. So I don't know if that's worth it when you can get. If I were to redo this again. And I did this for music production, so I have a music production mic. If I were to do it again, I'd probably get one of the cheaper, Newer, I think is the brand. They have cheap mics for like $30.
Wait, but the quality would be noticeably less though.
Sometimes, so it depends, because some people I've heard have those cheap Amazon mics and they sound really good.
Okay.
So I guess you'd have to find the right brand, but I think Ed from TechSource does a series where he'll test cheap mics on Amazon. That's probably not a bad resource to have. But yeah, I don't think you'd need one like mine ever.
Okay. Like when I went from the Snowball to the Yeti, I think I noticed like a drastic improvement.
You started drastic improvement.
Plus the Yeti is sensitive too, so you can't really adjust the levels like you can on the Yeti on the mic side. So I would have to increase the gain in Audacity, and then it would pick up all this noise by doing that. Whereas the Yeti, you can adjust better.
Yep, exactly. So that's more of the technical thing where you get more controls. So it's probably more worth it if that's what you're looking for. So I see right here, even on Amazon, it's $45. Where was this deal? This was in Fry's. So you can get it on Amazon already for like $5 off technically if it's full price at $50. So this is mine, but this is that's the condenser. So for the AT2020, which I believe Jay used, or Jay uses, and also Barnacle used to use, it's $140 for the USB version. So they're pretty expensive. But if you were just gonna do, I think it's how you spell it. No, I might have spelled that wrong. Newer.
They're the one who makes all those scissor arms, huh?
Yeah, they have tons of. I think I have a lapel microphone from them. I have another thing from them. They make a lot of cheap stuff, but they like release a lot of stuff like right here. So I think the difference between a good sounding condenser and a bad sounding condenser is also whether or not you plug them directly in. So this one right here comes with a XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack, and that's going to sound awful even though you can do it. Whereas there's a whole kit right here for $62 that comes with the condenser and a preamp, which will add, or phantom power, which will add a lot of oomph to the sound and make it more full and sound like kind of like a radio broadcaster or something type thing. But you're not going to have... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, what's up?
Nah, man, that's you, man.
Oh, I was just saying, did you see Tech by Matt in the chat?
Oh, he's here?
Yeah, he was saying for XLR mics, the quality is based on the interface you use.
Right.
So that's what you were just saying.
Yeah, this is just phantom power, so if you want to get an interface, which I also have, you're plugging it into another thing. Usually the interfaces, the newer ones will have, not newer, because that's the brand, but newer, the newer all-in-ones will have the phantom power built in. Mine doesn't. I have a separate phantom power, but I think in the future I want to switch it over. But yeah, that does make a big difference, but then you're adding price. So when you get to the end of all that, you might just, for ease of use, just want to go with a Blue Yeti. So I guess that's, if you're not willing to put in like all that extra effort, you might just want a Blue Yeti. Look at that thing. Here's mine. I think I can move my camera a little bit, but you can see my mess of cables. So I have a two-part. I have the phantom power, and then I also have this is like a cheap M Audio interface that I used since I was like, I think in high school I bought that, or maybe right before college.
Wow, that's like 4 or 5 years now then.
Yeah.
Wait, no, even longer.
Yeah. I think I got it for like $50 when it was worth $100, so I got it for half off. But that's, so part-time printers, part-time microphones. That's what the new name of the show is. Danny, got anything?
No, I'm not seeing anything on Build a PC sales worth really mentioning. We haven't had any Craigslist ads tweeted to us yet, so if you guys have those, if you want to do that, tweet it to us.
So,
or we can just go local Craigslist shopping on Lee's in Lee's area while we wait for those. Let's see how bad it really is.
I can show you the good area by me is Miami, which is way South Florida. And
no, I mean, you should do your local area. See the overpriced PCs that are listed.
I will just put my actual address in Craigslist so everyone can send me their personal mail. The BM700 is a good mic. I see that in chat. Let me look that up real quick. There's no harm in it. Okay, so this is another one of the newers. Or, well, it looks like it's a generic brand. So this one has a 2-star rating out of 3, so it's off to a good start. Here it is right here. Yeah, so if I were going to get a condenser, I would not trust the XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapters. It's going to probably have a lot of noise, and you're going to want the extra power from an interface and a phantom power. So, well, some mics don't need phantom power. Oh, that's cool. It comes with a little... Does it come with a tripod arm? Anyways, let's move on. So that I don't know why I put hardware swap in here. Are we even looking at hardware swap?
No.
I exited out. But you can't get deals on hardware swap. People will sell their stuff cheap because they're trying to either upgrade. And if you go around the time that new hardware drops, people, I think recently when Ryzen was going on pre-order, a lot of people were selling their older Intel chips and stuff for decent prices. So time of year has a big deal.
I linked TechBank, put a Craigslist ad in.
Boom.
Is this his?
Let me see. It might be Banksy's because he's... Oh, I can't click this. All right. Los Angeles.
I love how it still made that first part a link, though. Like, it's still a clickable link with the space in it. Like, what?
Is this you? Is this you, TechBank? A 980 Ti super clock for $230.
This is a good deal.
I would buy that.
This is a good deal.
I would even pay you for shipping. This is a good deal, yeah. So
because it 1070 performance for $230.
Overclocks to 1754 megahertz on his PC. Danny, would you have anything to say regarding buying used hardware that has been overclocked previously?
I overclock stuff, so nope, should be fine.
Should be fine.
I think, well, even if they told you they didn't overclock it, you would never know, right?
Yeah.
Unless there's something clearly wrong with it. But I think at the rate at which hardware is improving now, I think it's fine. You're not trying to use a graphics card for 10 years. It becomes obsolete, so might as well use it while you have it.
Yep, exactly. And usually the higher end stuff is built to last a little bit longer, so if they're honest about how old it is, which again they could be lying to you too, it's we kind of tend to baby hardware. I even talked to Danny before my $100 PC build, and I was afraid to overclock because I wasn't sure. I was just kind of hesitant, and he was like, "Just do it," and it actually added so much performance, and the stuff was still running cool. So hardware is meant to be beat up a lot worse than we think it is.
Yeah, I think a lot of people baby their hardware too much because they read on the internet from people who, say it needs to be babied. But once you get hands-on and do, like, overclocking yourself, and once you touch your graphics card to carpet with socks on, you'll notice that, like, rarely does hardware just go instantly bad and break.
Yeah.
It's pretty durable.
Yeah, and Tech City did an awesome video where he literally just walked around the carpet and like was trying as hard as he could to generate static electricity, and he could not break a single piece of hardware that he tested. So he's even taken a RAM stick and washed it with soap and water. So that did a lot to boost it.
I think so. I wish Oppo was here because he is like electrical engineer master. But as long as parts don't have capacitors, I think it should be fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with contacts and stuff getting wet. It's just when something shorts and, like, a capacitor or resistor, I guess, how do I say it? Yeah, when those electronic components short, that's where you have the problems.
Yeah. And I think another thing, too, especially in regards to getting wet, like, in terms of, like, cell phones, too, which is, like, tech that we don't talk about much, but just like a life tip. It's not the actual physically getting wet of a phone that causes the issue. It's when the minerals inside the water interact with the hardware, I think is what I've heard. So you like pull your battery out as fast as you can. And I heard that's like what you're supposed to do when your phone gets wet or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to check Twitter. I haven't checked it at all, and I have 12 notifications. Let's see.
Melee Master wants us to look at some eBay pre-built systems.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea at all. That is my thing. What's that?
Yeah, he put an eBay HP Compact. What? Did they merge?
They might have. I'm not sure.
Let me see. Compact Presario, my first gaming computer.
Let's see. And I don't use Microsoft Edge. I'm just using that for this. I realize I don't have Firefox installed because I don't like Firefox.
HP did buy Compact, by the way.
There you go.
Okay, but let's look at this eBay deal that he put out.
Okay, where did he put the link? Is it in chat?
No, he Twitter.
Oh, tweeted it.
Yeah.
Okay, found RAM for cheap. Oh, good job, guys. Oh, here it is. Okay. Copy. Oh, I actually looked at this system when I was looking at building a $250 computer. Twitter link. Okay. So, a 6200, yeah. So, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 6200 series, the 6000 series can vary in terms of the processor. So, this is a $50 one with an i3 2100.
Those are actually pretty decent for gaming. I have one that I need to do stuff with, but of course, I am delaying it for a video, so I will never get to it. But you can throw in a 1050 or 1050 Ti, or even a 750 Ti, the low profile pulls from the motherboard, and it should work.
Yeah. Yeah, those low profile cards come in clutch, especially with the ones that don't rely on PCI power. Or no, sorry, the extra cables for power from the PSU, because you could just stick them right in, like Danny said. So, I mean, that's not a terrible deal. It's $15 shipping. It's always nice to see free shipping, but I know for the people selling on eBay, like even myself included, sometimes it's not worth doing free shipping, so I just let them do best offer, which this doesn't allow. So you can only buy it for $50 and you have to pay $15 shipping, but I mean, $65 you slap in a GPU, you can get a sub $200 PC that can probably game decently, probably medium high settings. So why not? And for those esports titles, for a lot of people, which is what they play, like I honestly, I don't know about you, Danny. I think we might have talked about this. I majority of the games I play, I could play on any system. So that's why I haven't bought a graphics card that's all that great. All right. And it's tested in our lab. That's always nice to know, but who knows? PC part breaker links. Okay, so yeah, so that's a good deal. Optiplexes are always a good deal too. And my main reason that I would lean more towards Dell pre-builts are for those of you who know you're not going to want to just keep the original case. Because my experience is that Dell motherboards and also the ThinkCenter motherboards that I featured in my video tend to use a standard 24-pin and 4/8-pin plugs for the motherboard and CPU, which help a lot for, like I said, if even just buying the motherboard, or if you want to take it out of this like little small form factor case and use a full-size GPU and make it look like a normal PC. Those are good things.
Headers?
Say it again?
What about the power button headers and stuff? Because my Optiplex did not have that. I think it was a proprietary connector to the on-off button.
Right. So Charles from Tech Always, love that guy, was able to transport his PC into another into a cardboard case, and you could rewire the fan pins because the proprietary headers are 5 on a Dell, 5-pin headers, and you can rewire those. But a good question would be for the power connectors, and for the PCs that I've built, you usually can look up other people's charts that they'll do in like a notepad. It's really sketchy, but it'll show you which pins to connect your IO connectors to. Usually you have that. Sometimes you don't, and in my experience, that's been with HP. So that's my 2 cents. Look at it. Is that the winner? Is that the budget build champion?
Oh my god, it's so cold. It's like, it feels like a cold piece of meat I just pulled out of the refrigerator. Yeah, so the front connectors, yeah, it's not individualized. It's like bundled in groups of like 4, I think.
Right.
So you'd have to take that off and then connect it, individually. Okay.
Right.
That's why I never did anything with this. I'm leaving this in the case.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and what is that the 960? So I'll do a quick Google search. Is it the 960? Is that what you said?
990.
990. So if I were to, I'll show you guys what I do. I would just look up Optiplex 990 power button pinout right here, and I'll see if I can find something right off the bat. Oh, this is the 980, not the 9. Well, it'll be a proof of concept.
It'll be like the same thing. Depends on the motherboard. I think it's just different trims, like cars.
Boom. So here's an example. So they'll have it mapped out like this. Usually it's pretty crude. Like here, it's just like a pixelated, ugly image. But then they'll give you the numbers, and then they'll tell you what is what. So power blue right here is pin 2 and 3. So you'd plug in right here. You'd plug in across here. So it looks weird because usually it's horizontal, but here you would just plug in your power pins, and that would be your power button. And usually there's a reset switch. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Power on switch, pins 1 and 14. So right here. On my Think Center, I had to do it weird, like sideways configuration, but worked fine. So it is weird. It requires more effort. It's not as simple as like when you use a regular motherboard after dealing with an OEM motherboard. It's so refreshing because you don't have to do anything janky or like weird. But yeah, it's pretty easy to mess with these. And like I said, the main thing is that usually you don't need an adapter for the power plug, and you don't need to worry about it not working with your standard ATX power supply, which I think I said the same thing twice in a row, but whatever. He's bringing out my bay. That's what Melee Master said. The famous $250 PC build champion. Oh, wow, we're getting blown up on Twitter now. Like we said, Ask WW down here. You can ask us questions or for tips or just send us links. PikaWub sent some cheap RAM. So DDR3 Corsair Vengeance, $25. This is 8 gigs.
Wait, how many? 8 gigs?
8 gigs.
Oh yeah, best price right there.
That's good, and it's Vengeance RAM, so it looks dope.
Yeah. I actually I went through and tried to find all the RAM that I have, and I was like, oh, thank goodness I still have some RAM, because I'm not trying to pay $40 for 8 gigs right now.
That Ripjaws that you have is the first upgrade I've ever bought for my PC.
These Ripjaws, right? You know how they had 2 sets of Ripjaws? They had these ones, and then the ones that were flared out a little bit more.
Yep.
I always wondered, like, why were they both still called Ripjaws, but looked differently? Because, they have other series, like the Ares and Snipers and stuff. Why didn't they just give it a new name? But...
Yep.
Yeah.
They were indecisive.
I have these 1 gigabyte sticks of OCZ RAM, and I don't know what, to do with them.
Okay, so this is going to sound really nerdy, but those remind me of, the evil villain in the Power Rangers show.
Oh, Lord
Zed, yes. That's what that Z reminds me of. So, every time I look at those RAM sticks, I'm like, Power Rangers build. RGB Power Rangers build. Hey, Power Rangers is about to release. If you're watching us, sponsor us. I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Titan 6 gigabytes for $200. GTX Titan. I'm guessing this is the original Titan, yeah, because it's. I mean, is it Hollywood? That's California, right? Okay, yeah, Hollywood. Because we have a Hollywood in Florida as well, so I wasn't sure. Is that for the whole build? No, that's just okay. So GTX Titan. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's a good card. I've never known anyone who's actually owned a Titan personally. So
$200. Wait, which one is that? Aren't they on the third one?
So this is the very first Titan.
How much is that even? Is that worth it?
I
never look at stuff like this, so I have no idea what the price is going for.
Let me see I'll look up the equivalent real quick. Using the same resource.
Well, it's so hard to...
So this says that the original Titan was sold for $700, and it is equivalent to an R9 Fury or Fury Nano, kind of on similar tiers of 980. Which, at that price point, I probably would expect it to be a little cheaper. Let's see.
200 used.
When you can get a 1060 for cheaper than that, I would say. I mean, the 6 gigabytes of VRAM. Danny just kind of mentioned how, depending on your resolution, you're not really going to use that much VRAM to begin with. So, I don't know.
I'm trying to see where the Titan X or the original Titan falls. Oh, you said it was like Fury X?
Yeah, Fury or R9 Fury, yes.
I'm seeing it at like, what? The GTX Titan, the original? Tom's Hardware has it as low as like 290Xs.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so I was looking at the Titan Black. So this is the... Yeah. You're right. So this is on par with the with this 1060.
For $200, that's a ripoff.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy that.
Because I mean, RX 480s are performing like it, so.
Sorry, I looked up the wrong thing at first, guys.
Well, yeah, it's not. Yeah, TechBank has a good point. It's not a gaming card. Did this guy use it to game though? I mean, this computer. I can't tell by the rest of his computer. Dude. Oh, rack mount chassis. Okay, yeah, it probably wasn't gaming. Duh. I didn't even get the rest of the computers.
Sorry, that was my bad. Yeah, he even mentions he's using a RAID card. He got a rack mount. He's got other stuff too. Someone linked. Oh, TechBank linked a 6800K for 340 brand new. It's currently retailing on Amazon. I mean, I wouldn't use Amazon pricing in order to try to convince someone, but hey, maybe it will. Let's see what else. I'm just going to click through his because he sent like a whole bunch. Prime Systems desktop. Oh, all right. So you know me. That's like, I'm like a fanboy now. $50 for an AMD 3 quad core, a burner, 6 gigs of RAM, which is more than the 4 that I got for the same price.
Wait, is Prime Systems the website that you bought from? Like,
so so I'm like a huge fanboy now because I got not literally a fanboy, but I got for $40, which like $10 shipping ish. I got the quad core AMD with 4 gigs of RAM and a CD drive and like a 250 gig hard drive. But those things are like decent, and they usually come with motherboards that are not like OEM. They're actually like regular boards, which is nice. This, I don't know if this screenshot, this is clearly an Intel screenshot, so I don't know why he put that on there. Yeah, this is the same exact system almost that I have. So this is the price though. This is the price you can buy online. So $50. They're used. I think I'm guessing they were used in an office environment, but mine was like clean. I didn't even have to like dust it or anything.
Wait. Why is the picture have 2 different motherboards?
I don't know.
With like a aftermarket MSI motherboard, and the one with a looks like I don't even know what.
This is actually the exact system that I have, and I love it. It was a champ. Let's see. Titans have double floating point enabled, which is helpful for certain workstation applications. The old one does, not new ones. Okay, that was from Tech by Matt. What up, Tech by Matt?
I've only done like CAD and stuff at home, like when I was in college, because I had projects to do. But I've never taken work home and used it on like a personal computer, like ever since that. So yeah, I just use mine for strictly gaming and video production. But
yeah, and the reason why the bigger guys get tons of expensive cards is just because they can, and that it's cool content. Not that they'll ever utilize it.
How many did you get? 2?
Say that again.
Barnacle got 2 Titan X's or something, right?
Yeah, 2 Titan XPs for his new dual Xeon system. What does Jay have? Does he have like 3, or does he have 2 Titan X's or something like that? I forgot.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I forgot too. TechBank wants to know where I got mine. If you're talking about this Prime Systems one, I actually got it on eBay for this for their regular price. I bought it for $40 for like $10 shipping. It's linked in the description of the $100 build, so check that out. Yeah, but these are good. In my opinion, it's $50, and you can slap low profile card in here if you want to close the lid, which clearly I did not want to close the lid, but you can get good performance out of it. And I overclocked the CPU by 300 megahertz without touching the voltage, and my idle temp was still like 40. And that was on the stock cooler, so, and I definitely can push that thing more. Let's see. All right, so we spent enough time on that. And this blowing up that Twitter. Here's something in Orlando, which is close to home. An i3 4160 and a GTX 950 for $100.
That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. That puts both of those at about $50 a piece, and those are each worth at least like 80. Not 80. I'd say 70 for the 950.
Ooh, and it has the box. Look at that. That's pretty.
Nice box. Yeah, I'd say that combo together is worth, let's see, because the hyper-threaded Pentiums are out now, the prices of i3s have dropped, but they're still worth, I'd probably say 70 for that. So, yeah, I'd say that's worth like 140, 150 for that combo.
Boom. Buy it. It's in St. Cloud. Shout out to St. Cloud. I don't know if you are there, Doug Campbell, but if you are, he says it's a good deal. Go buy it.
Wait, this is on Twitter?
You went,
I'll just respond to him right now.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm just refreshing as we go on. This is what I wanted to pair with the HP. Okay, so the guy who sent us the HP compact system, which is Melee Master, our weekly visitor, a GT 710. I would say get a GT 210. I mean, it's going to run every game at 4K at 60, at least 60 FPS. So get the GT 210. Don't believe me, people, as a joke. I've actually never seen a GT 710 before, so this is a first for me. Well, no, I've seen this card physically, but not like in person. Like I've seen pictures. $50. I mean, you can get a used card for this price, like a 750 Ti. How much are 750 Ti's going these days, Danny?
I think 50 is about the good price for it.
So I would say that's like way better. They're probably just these types of cards are either for like people who don't know what they're buying, or
it's for that price. It's for people who don't know what they're buying.
Yeah.
But for a lower price, it's for people who want like dual. That's just for dual monitor output, right?
Yeah,
I think that's like the only reason.
Like for people who do stock trading and stuff like that, sometimes they'll buy cheap cards just so they can have like a million monitors connected to their system, because they have like a monitor for every stock or something like that. And I actually knew a stock trader who had multiple monitors for that purpose. So let's see, 7 new notifications. Great job, guys, sending us stuff. This is fun to look at. I have to bounce in a little bit, but... Oh, this is the same deal. Yes, good deal, buy it. Oh, here's the one I meant to click. Whoops. This is in Charlotte, which is South Carolina. I'm guessing Charlotte, South Carolina.
$290 for $185 to expense. Gotta go back to the 480s, outperforming it for like $40 less.
Yeah, it might even seem like a good deal relative to the like prices that you remember them before. But yeah, you have to look at the cards that we have now too and compare them.
You can get new cards for cheaper though. Like you can buy a 480, don't do rebates, don't sell the Doom code, and it'll be cheaper than that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna perform on par with that series. So not worth. Let's see. All right, that's everything on Twitter. I'm checking chat again just in case. Charlotte is in North Carolina. Oh, I'm dumb. Charlotte is in North Carolina. Let me click Charlotte. Charlotte, North Carolina. Anyone with half a brain would know that. Yeah, that's everything. That's everything I got. That's everything we have. Anything you wanted to look up?
Not in particular, no.
Let's see. Oh, nice. Old Pepsi double dot and boss sign hits the spot. We're not a sponsor.
Oh, someone tweeted you comp. But not me, just you.
Someone tweeted me. Oh, yeah. What's up, pleb? Discord. Hashtag Discord fam. Oh, we haven't posted the Discord link at all in the chat.
Discord. People have been asking for it, but I'm new to Discord, so I don't know where to get the link.
It's weird. I have it. You have it as well on your latest stream, do you not?
I don't. I need to add it on there.
Oh. Any of our mods, would you mind posting up that Discord link? I'll try to find it too. Look, guys, you're here on the chat. What's up? This is you guys.
You guys are blowing it up. Oh, never mind. He's just scrolling fast. Dang.
You all are getting shout-outs right here. Look at this. Everyone who's on this chat, you're getting shout-outed right now. Let me do that smooth scroll. Here are the credits. These are the credits, guys. You helped make this production possible. I think we had a pretty consistent 80-ish people, so that's pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
That's better than we expected. Last week we were blown away. This week we're still blown away. This is awesome, guys. And we even saw Tech by Matt poke his head in here, giving us some pro audio tips.
Where's his videos, though? I mean, I'm not trying to call him out, but he said, I got like 3 videos lined up for you guys because I've been gone for so long. And he dropped one. Tech by Matt, where you at, bro?
Tech by Matt, we miss you. A quote from Danny. You could even post a video of yourself frying an egg, and I will watch it. And this Discord link right here, people, click it. Go there.
Yeah, see, look. Pika could post links. What the heck?
I found if I put a space after like all of the initial part of the URL, it would work.
He didn't... Wait, you mean just like after the URL? Because he didn't put any space anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's by length. I think that if you have a really long URL, it probably thinks it's like spam or something, so it'll just ignore it. Simple links, shortened links. Huh. Don't click on Grabify links, people.
Let me try another one.
So you'll click on this.
What? Now Craigslist works? Okay, whatever. YouTube hates us.
Go to Discord. You'll click the link. It will say, goodbye TeamSpeak, Mumble, and Skype. 100% free, secure, beautiful. Whoa. Okay, I minimized it. Log in. You'll see this beautiful chat here. And you'll notice that... Let me click here. Danny is on this chat. Matt from the Toasty Bros. Charles from Tech Always. All on this chat. Oh, wait. It's cut off. There you go. You'll have direct access to us. Also, Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. It's on the stream _comptv and at Nerd on a Budget. And you can chat with us, ask us questions. We answer questions a lot and post sneak peeks and give you updates on our lives and our videos. So follow us. And yeah, I think that's everything for me. Got anything, Andy?
I'm trying to think if we were like, oh, we need to do this next time, and we still didn't do it yet. No, I think we're good. Yeah. So thanks for everyone for coming, and like we said last time, we'll be alternating. So this week was Lee, next week should be back to me. I don't know if we will ever miss a Wednesday stream. Are you foreseeing like any vacation or something where you wouldn't be able to make a Wednesday night stream?
No, I'm stuck at home, so I'll let everyone know, and especially Danny, if I have to split on a Wednesday.
Okay. And then I'm curious if like we could just find someone to fill, and whoever's still there can do the stream, or if we would just like take a break for a week. But we'll figure that out when the time comes.
Yep, exactly.
And then someone said to build a computer. Oh no, my Dragon Ball fell off of the thing.
Oh, that is amazing! I love that.
Damage. I need to collect the rest of them, but
What would your wish be?
My wish?
Yeah, when you collect all the Dragon Balls.
Obviously $1 million. Only 1 million, not any more than that.
Not more.
I don't know actually.
I'm pretty sure they covered the whole wishing for more wishes thing, right? On Dragon Ball.
Oh, you can't do that? Yeah.
Look at that setup back there. What is that?
Yeah, here's a ghetto. I'm not gonna tell you guys the specs, but it's just kind of running with like a ghetto fan out in front of it and stuff. That's my test bench right now because I haven't put the case together yet. But that's as close as I can get to putting a computer together really quick for whoever asks that on stream.
We need that. We need the test bench video finally.
That's still probably like a month or two out.
All right. So I guess we can just close it out. Danny, you want to go first?
Yep. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please leave feedback in the comment section down below. If you're catching this late, also leave some comments just so we know. Always love getting like late comments on old videos. But yeah. So see you then, and in the next video.
For me, if you didn't get to ask your question, keep tweeting us. Also, add comments to the bottom in the comment section below, and we will answer them as soon as we can. And join us on Discord and again Twitter. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Oh,
all right.
And in case you didn't know, I'm Lee from CompTV.